Good morning and welcome to Herb Oracle Podcast, botanical divination with herbs, essences, flowers, and trees with your host, Herbal Marie. Let's start the day off pulling some oracle cards and getting a few messages. We can shoot the shiitake in a spiritual way-ish. And if you follow me on Instagram, I'll post a pic of the cards at Herb Oracle. Thanks so much for joining me. Here we go. What do I need to embrace today? What do I need to embrace today? So I think we're going to do, hey, what's up? I think we're going to do an actual, real simple 3-card tarot spread because it's Tuesday Tarot, Tarot Tuesday. Or is it Tarot Tuesday, Tuesday Tarot? I don't know, man. Yesterday whooped me a little bit. Did you feel like there was such resistance with Yarrow, or was that just me? I felt yeah, I kept wanting to be I don't know if I believe that, or that don't feel so good. Yarrow really challenged me a little bit yesterday, maybe to see what I really do think, what I really do feel. It just was one of those podcasts that I didn't really feel any more energetic afterwards. Sometimes I'm oh my God, I'm so glad I opened my mouth because now I feel better now that I've talked and I feel more energy. Yarrow made me feel kind of well, it's a good thing. It's a good thing I am protected because I need to just curl up and just be left alone for a bit. So anyways, that was yesterday, Yarrow. Our herb of the week, all about protection, but yet at the same time opening our heart. So I guess that kind of something you don't think about. If somebody's you need to open up your heart, you're all right, well, I gotta feel protected enough to do that then. So I did get some affirmations finally at the end of the podcast, sat down, thought to myself, all right, what do we really want to say? I am protected, right? And we really need to start to understand that the best way to protect ourselves is not just with condoms, y'all, but with positive energy. My positive energy creates a natural boundary, filtering out negativities and bolstering up positivity. So that was the massive affirmation that came to me yesterday. And it really is such a smart way to live life, I don't need to put fortresses up. I don't need to build walls. I don't need to stand at my door with a shotgun. I mean, I could if I wanted, but I'm not gonna. All I need to do is bolster up my positivity, and that naturally creates a boundary that filters out the negatives and really does have a natural way of repelling. The law of repulsion kicks in, and that which does not want to be with me, that which I'm not a vibrational match, it just can't get to me. It just can't even get to me. So isn't that quite the incentive to be positive? Listen, not only will you feel good, not only will you be happy, but you'll also be safer, right? Safer. And just really, you'll be safe, honey. You'll be safe because you're going to be vibing so high that a lot of that stuff literally cannot get to you. And you might not even notice it, and the negative stuff won't even notice you. It's just funny how our egos, at first, when we're first transitioning into feeling more positive, our ego lower minds are they're not paying attention to me, and we don't even realize that that's a good thing, right? Because they're of negative energy, right? The guy who doesn't give you the time of day. That's actually divine intervention, probably, and it's don't feel bad when people who aren't really at your level or on the same page or just they're not a vibrational match. It's not it's not above or below or worth it or not, but it's just seriously, you're on different pages, you're in different books, you're vibing at different frequencies, you're tuning into different radio stations, and you just can't get a match going on there, and you wouldn't want to, and your ego shouldn't try to make you feel bad because of it. Like, that's perfect the way it is. So the other thing about egos that I'm starting to notice is, I love oracle cards, I love tarot, I love everything, right? I appreciate cards, but sometimes when I read certain guidebooks, I can really see where people were just talking. I can tell when people are talking from their heart, and I can tell when people are talking from their ego mind, and so sometimes, as I raise my frequency, as I continue on my spiritual journey, every once in a while, I know that I'm going to look in a book and it's really not going to make sense to me anymore because I'm seeing things from a different perspective. And, it's just, that's why, like, sometimes I'm always looking for that deck where somebody can take me to a new higher place, and open up my heart more without keeping me in these lower issues, these lower vibes. And, and I think yesterday a couple times, and I'm not going to say which guidebooks, but every once in a while, like, something would tinge upon, it's like, yeah, I know people always say that, but that's the ego mind talking, and so it's just sometimes I have those moments where, like, yeah, I want to say this because it sounds good, but, like, actually when you understand energy, this is just the ego mind feeding you more of its bullshit. So we really do, point being, we all really do need to tap into our own personal discernment and always be gauging what is right for us and maybe what is not, right? So just because something is written in a book, whether it's an oracle guidebook or any type of book, even your Bible, you have to think to yourself, feel for yourself. You have to feel your own thoughts and be like, is that true for me? Or, like, does that feel good? And then you can start to see, like, the difference between certain statements and others. So anyways, hi, it's tarot. Obviously, it's a tarot day, Tarot Tuesday Tarot. The spread that we're going to do today is from Boho Tarot. Now, I posted this on Tarot's spread layout on Instagram on July 20th. So I, like, scrolled down, like, I was like, what have I hoarded? What tarot spreads? I'm hoarding tarot spreads, you guys. So there's a lot of good ones. If you feel like you want to do another one after this simple one and you're on Instagram, Tarot spread layout, have a peek, okay? This one's called What Do I Need to Embrace Today? So as we know our strength, like Yarrow told us, and let us feel safe for us to open up our hearts, and be open, because we don't want constricted, closed down energy. That is not creative. That is not creation in the way that we want to be a part of it. We want to be open and expansive and be able to do so confidently because, it's just who we are. So yeah, big thing with Yarrow was identifying our wounds and then heal them, right? So know what you need to fix up, little fixer-upper. Oh, she's cute, but she's a little bit of a fixer-upper. She's got a few wounds, a few traumas. That's fine, as long as we don't carry them with us as baggage, as long as we don't adorn ourselves with our trauma, right? We start to wear it as jewelry. We start to identify with it, define it as who we are. That's not who we are. And if you're still carrying trauma that happened when you were a child, or that happened 10 years ago, that even happened last week, that's too long. It's too long to be carrying it. So identify the wound with your discernment and detachment and heal it. It's just like straight up business at this point. So, anyways, I appreciate all the masculine energy that Yarrow brought in. It was a nice balance because there was quite a bit of feminine energy too, especially with opening up our heart space. And there was a green moth and all sorts of type of beautiful imagery yesterday. Now, back to the tarot spread. What do I need to embrace today? So this beautiful way of non-judgment and neutrality, this beautiful new path emerging for a lot of us, you know, not picking sides, not debating, not fighting, not even feeling the attack defense vibe that is all too common in our everyday world. This new path emerging of neutrality and of, kind of non-attachment and kind of just like, yo, baby, it is what it is and I embrace it. So you are where you are. Duh. You are where you are. Why not embrace it? Just for the minute, you know? It doesn't mean that you can't heal yourself and change your situation and improve your vibration. But there is great power in just sitting with where you're at right now and just be like, yep, I embrace it all today. I embrace this moment. I embrace this feeling. I embrace this thought. I embrace this need. My throat is so cloggy. Oh God. All right. So anyways, that's what it is. 3 cards, 1, 2, 3, left to right. And then there's these beautiful sunflowers on, I think that's what definitely what drawn me into this layout. Like, the golden sunflower here at the end of summer. Well, end of summer. Look who's holding on to what isn't. We are totally in fall. We are absolutely past the autumn equinox. Honey, summer's been gone. But anyways, these beautiful sunflowers, which, you know, I don't see any sunflowers anywhere right now, but it just was a little nostalgic. So I guess I need to embrace what is with the weather. It's rainy, but like you can still see all the golden leaves. It's really gorgeous. So this golden sunflower, just like, come on, let's hang out. So 1, 2, 3. What do I need to embrace today? The first card is what I feel. The second card, the middle card, is what I think. And then the third card is what I need. What I feel, what I think, what I need. So definitely like open-ended, like, you know, and it's kind of general, but it's kind of like, that's what you kind of need to be sometimes when you're like, all right, I'm going to try to embrace everything without being judgmental, without letting it frazzle dazzle me, without letting it irritate me or get up my ass. You know what I mean? So you kind of do have to be like open, more open. So yeah, that's it. Do you want to pull cards or not? If you want to, get your deck, make some tea. I'm going to probably go over real quick and see if it's time for me to record my Dan Scran on danielscranton.com. Kind of just trying to keep an eye if he posted on his blog yet. I see he always posts on YouTube, but I wait until he uploads it to his blog before I like to read it. And it's going to be a cool one today, but it really is, you know, constantly these messages coming in are just so synchronistic with my life. And it's like, we really, really do have to start to fine tune. We have to fine tune. And so, yeah, it's like if you've been dragging your feet with healing something about you, this is a great week to do your work with Yarrow. You know, because maybe you've been waiting to get more of a protected space so that you could really dive in to what you're feeling and what you're thinking and really be honest what you need. And so that's what Yarrow did for us yesterday, helped us create this imagery, this vision of a golden light, like a bubble or an egg shape, a golden egg of auric energy, to really hold us. And, and if that's not enough for your mind, then remember Stephen on the Yarrow card on Tess Whitehurst? Or do you remember Stephen? Because I remember Stephen. Imagine him with his Yarrow shield, protecting your space, right? Holding that space for you, making sure that whatever it is that you're afraid of can't get in. Go ahead and call on the energy of Yarrow as many times as you need this week to really hold you and let yourself feel that protection so you can finally do your healing work, because the energies ain't gonna slow down anytime soon. And actually, things in your life are gonna speed up just like they are everywhere in the universe and in our world. And, if you think you're feeling discomfort now, it will only intensify if you don't do your healing work. So that's why I'm just encouraging you so much to get her done. Do it now so that, so we can have some fun. There's always that person in the back of my mind that rhymes done with fun. Yes, Sadie, so we can have some fun. But also because 2021, if you thought we did a lot of work this year and all that, I think you don't know what we're going to be up to next year. 2021 is going to definitely be us fully stepping into our power. And where this year we manifested more good stuff, next year we're going to be powering up. It's not going to say manifest more on Wednesdays. It's going to say power up. It's going to be a whole other vibe. So you can't be like carrying anything trivial with you. You can't be nursing your wounds. You can't be picking off scabs next year. It's time for you to do your healing work now so that we can move forward and really step into our strength. All right, let's do our Yarrow affirmations, and let's make some tea, shuffle our decks, and then we will ask our tarot cards so lovingly, what do I need to embrace today? This affirmation minute is brought to you by our herb of the week, Yarrow, and I lovingly dedicate them all to you. I am protected. My positive energy creates a natural boundary, filtering out negativities and bolstering up positivity. I know my strength. I identify my wounds and then I heal them. It is safe for me to open my heart. I am protected. My positive energy creates a natural boundary, filtering out negativities and bolstering up positivity. I know my strength. I identify my wounds and then I heal them. It is safe for me to open my heart. And so it is. All right, so it was so perfect. I literally ended last segment, clicked my little refresh on my phone for the Daniel Scranton page, the Dan Scran page, and it had just uploaded. Like, it was perfect timing. Now, I just got to tell you, I'm always telling you that the synchronicities between like what I'm doing here and what Daniel Scranton is doing, they're fun for me because there's so many connections, and he and I are not buddies or anything at all. Do you know? I don't know what's coming any more than anyone else does. But I just have to keep noticing how I'll say something in this podcast, and Daniel Scranton does not listen to my podcast, you guys. And then he'll channel something very, very similar through the Arcturian. So I don't think Daniel Scranton listens to my podcast. I'm pretty sure the 9D Arcturian Council does. So today, their channeling is called Take a Page Out of the Arcturian Book. And they are mostly talking about how we need to sit and spend more time in silence with our eyes closed, right? Understand like what we're feeling, maybe processing emotion, being more precise where we're sending our healing energy, and then spending more time receiving. And they literally said the more that you can feel happening within you, the easier it becomes to be more precise in your offerings and in the creation of your reality. So I just love that, like, with all that said, I'm doing a very coordinating tarot spread today from Boho Tarot. What do I need to embrace today? What I feel, what I think, what I need. Well, yeah, we're going to pull cards to just see, like, for shits and giggles, what the cards say. But how do you really know what you feel, what you think, and what you need? You sit in silence with your eyes closed, and you go in there and you hang out with yourself. And so it's just kind of interesting that, like, it goes hand in hand again, always again together. So anyways, that is just one of the many, many reasons why I love reading and narrating the Arcturian Council channelings from Daniel Scranton. So anyways, be sure to check them out somewhere. I highly recommend signing up for Daniel Scranton's email list, because then every day, mid-morning, you'll get it in your email and you can read it yourself. You may enjoy watching him channel, bring in the messages and the way he does. That's on his YouTube channel. I know he posts, if you follow him on Facebook, you can like follow somebody, like not actually be their friend, because I think he has maxed out on friends. But like literally, I think Facebook only lets you have like 5,000 friends. And then after that, you can still follow them. And he publicly posts the written channeling on Facebook, and he blogs. He puts them on his website every day, danielscranton.com, and then also I read them out loud on my channel, Sadie Marie Cherico. So anyways, do one or all of those so that you definitely get them. But I betcha if you like what I say, you'll love the 9D Arcturian Council. Like, I'll bet you $5 you're gonna like it. All right, so Southern today. Why, honey? Why are you so Southern today? You're a Northerner, girl. I know, but sometimes you just need a little Southern flair to get your ass through the day. All right, so you ready to do this? I shuffled my cards, you guys. I'm using the Herb Crafters Tarot. That's my 2020 steady here at Ho. It's just such a great deck to use, especially for questions, I feel, because it is not just limited like to the tarot typical story. You know, like I'm just learning the tarot. That's why I'm doing the tarot episodes over at Herbal Marie. We're going through each card of the Herbal Tarot by Michael Tierra, and we're getting to know the story, the journey, the archetypes, all that. But this Herb Crafters Tarot, on the top of the guidebook, each page for each card has like 3 key phrases. And so it's like really fun actually to ask a question and then see how it gets answered. So, all right, let me close all my pages here on my phone and just have the spread from Boho Tarot. That's Boho_tarot if you're on Instagram. And it's what do I need to embrace today? So without even pulling any cards, what came up for you? What did your intuitive side or your first responder thoughts, what came up when I said, what do you need to embrace today? What do you need to embrace today? Is there something that you're feeling that you need to embrace? Is there something that you are thinking? And maybe there's just something that you genuinely need. And it's like sometimes we try to deny ourselves, like, oh, I don't need that. Oh, I don't I don't need that experience. Of course, in my head, I was like, I don't need dick. Yeah, you do. But I don't, but I do. But it's like, you know what? Here's the thing. It doesn't serve me to try to tell myself that I don't, when in actuality, my body says, yes, you do. So it's like, just don't deny your needs. It doesn't mean that I have to do anything or, settle for a person that is not a vibrational match. But what I need to do is just embrace the fact that I think I need that. Right? Embrace the fact that I feel like that. Embrace the fact that I'm thinking about it. Not trying to make myself feel bad about anything. So this is really like just 3 questions for you to be honest with yourself. You don't have to act on anything or even agree. So say it's what maybe the second card is what I think. Say you're having some thoughts that you're like, I don't even know why I'm thinking these thoughts, because I don't really even agree with myself, but here I am thinking this again and again and again. Okay, the whole point is just to embrace yourself. Okay, fine, I am thinking those thoughts. So what? Right? I am thinking those thoughts. So what that does is take away the resistance. It takes away the fuel. This whole resist movement, honey, what you resist persists. You know this now that you've hung out with me. You know this. So if you are resisting something, trying to deny it, and but yet you're still thinking about it, because resisting is a very focused form of attention, right? Because a lot of the stuff that we resist, that we're pissed about it, we're upset about it, we're sad, we're mad, that's emotion. That is fuel. That is making that more powerful than, whatever you think about with emotion, you're growing that, you're flaming those flames. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's so we can't really get mad at ourselves or resist if it's a negative thought, because actually that resistance is energy being applied. We are applying energy to something that we don't want. So what do we do is be like, oh, okay, I'm thinking that. I embrace myself, and I embrace that thought as something that's been swirling in my head. All right, fine. And then ego's like, what? You're not mad? You're not pissed? We're not gonna get crazy? She's just I embrace everything in my head. I embrace everyone and everything. I just embrace everything as it is. It is what it is. And just see if you can calm yourself down. And whoa, it's new perspective emerging. New path emerging. What do I need to embrace today? All right, with that said, let's see if my tarot deck wants to hand me my ass to me like it normally does. I don't know what came up for me, what I feel. What have I been feeling lately that I need to embrace? Yesterday, I sort of had a day where I really, for most of the day, after I did my morning stuff, I turned the Wi-Fi off. My daughters were so jacked at me. They were so mad I did that. But I just felt like we needed to unplug. We played board games. But right before I did all that, there was this moment where I was like, what do I want to do? I could do anything. Do I want to sew? I kind of got out some fabrics thinking maybe I sew some cloth napkins or dish towels, or I don't know. I was like, maybe I want to sew. And I was like, I don't know. That kind of feels depressing. So I was like, let's take a walk. Well, I could only get one kid to go with me because, how that goes. So I got outside, tried to clear my head, tried to clear my feelings, And then I really realized we got to unplug more. We've got to. All right, so what do I feel though? Well, I want to say to myself, good job. I am getting into bed now at night and really having like things to read, and really like a contentment. Like I did a lot, I'm tired, like I've been working hard physically. I moved rocks this weekend. My body's still feeling that. I'm trying to get into a more satisfied state of mind because, for a long time, what I was feeling that I had to embrace was an emptiness or a longingness or grief. I was definitely grieving for like 7 months. So I am entering into a newer space, and it really does serve us to just keep embracing where we are at. Okay, so on that note, I'm just going to pull the damn cards, and so are you, and we'll take it or leave it, and then be on our way. And then tomorrow, I guess we're going to manifest more protection, because that's what's on tap. So we'll see. Just going to show up and read the cards and take the blessing of protection, but also on some level, know that it's not even needed. Like it makes us feel better, but we don't actually need protection. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm really seeing that more and more. And that's why I think what my glitch was yesterday. Like Yarrow wanted to protect me, but I'm like, I already am protected. I'm a child of God. Right? Like I already know I'm divinely protected all the time. So anyways, ready? Okay, Herb Crafters Tarot. I've lovingly smacked you into alignment. Now, what do I need to embrace today? I'm going to sit here in this open space and think, what I need to feel. Oh my God, that was weird. I literally went to shuffle the deck. One card fluttered out. It was very golden. I saw a lot of gold. It's on the floor. All right, so my deck's ready for me to get moving. What I need to feel, that was a beautiful fluttering to the floor. Very precise, very deliberate. Does it have anything to do with the emotional realm? It absolutely does. It's the Empress with Rose. So what I feel, what do I need to feel? What do I need to embrace? Everything that I am feeling, she says. Your heart. There's a honeycomb in the shape of a heart. There's a beautiful rosary locket. Sorry, there's no rosemary here, but this is totally a Mother Mary card. Absolutely. There is like a red ruby heart in this locket and red beads. There's 3 red chili peppers. There's rose hips, and then there is leaves that are turning red with some wild rose petals and buds, and it's on a golden background. And so that's what I loved about the sunflowers on the Boho Tarot spread, was the golden energy. That's what I'm loving about the trees right now. This intense golden, like this mazy yellow vibe everywhere in the fall. And what I feel, what do I need to embrace, brace yourself, to feel what actually is in your heart, to actually feel what is going on inside of you with the Empress. Now, let's just open up the book and we'll answer this very directly with the key phrases. What do I need to embrace today? What I feel. Rose says, be vulnerable yet strong. Nurture love and compassion. See beauty and abundance in every stage of life. So good job, Rose. Yeah, I would say that is absolutely what I feel, what I am feeling, and what I can be embracing. What I need to embrace today is the fact that yes, I am strong, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. I'm probably one of the strongest people on all levels that you'll ever meet. And I'm not bragging, I'm just stating facts. Like, emotionally, you'd not even believe what I've been put through. Like, I've been put through the ringer and I keep on surviving, right? So I get it. I'm strong. Physically, my body's powerhouse. Spiritually, I show up. I commit. I mean, nobody can argue with. That's what I'm saying. I can't even argue. Like, even on my lowest self-worth, self-esteem day, I cannot argue with the fact that I am one of the strongest humans I've ever met. Right? Like, just energetically, like, I understand my strength. So that's why, like, I do try to apply it for the highest good of all. With that said, I have to also understand that I'm vulnerable because I have this big old heart, big heart. And a lot of times, you know, we identify our big hearts via the judgment of the ego as a weakness or as something that we have to tone down for our own protection, or we can't let anybody know about, or, you know, God forbid something would hurt us, you know, pierce our heart a little bit. Like, we're like, oh my God, you know? But that doesn't mean that, like, that isn't a source of strength as well. Or it doesn't mean that, like, we can't be both. You can have a big heart and be strong. You are both. You are both. So embrace both. Allow yourself to feel both. Being strong does not mean being cold-hearted. Being cold-hearted does not mean that you are strong. If anything, you are weakened and limiting yourself because you're pinching off a powerful flow of energy called love, called compassion, a powerful insight called intuition. If you're closing down your heart space and not letting yourself feel it, you're not as strong as you could be because you're not balanced, and there is so much strength in feminine energy. Yeah, it's feminine power is what it is. And having a big heart and admitting when you have been hurt and felt vulnerable, and you know, it's like, feel your feelings no matter what. Be aware of them. Feel your feelings. Feelings, in my opinion, are totally different than emotions, right? Because, like, feelings is like something very visceral to me, something that I feel, something that's inside of me. Emotions kind of like are like is like what your mind wants you to run away with. I don't know, like, you think about it like being emotional, right? Well, why are you being emotional? You know, it's because of what you're thinking or what you're feeling. So emotional to me is like it's like a byproduct of what's really going on, like a symptom. Anyways, it gets a little confusing when you try to define them. They don't really matter. It's like, just feel what you feel. Okay? Be vulnerable yet strong. Nurture love and compassion. So don't be afraid to feel love and compassion. Like, actually nurture it more. Nurture it more. And a lot of times we get cold, even to like the people that we do love. We don't love them 100% because we think, oh my gosh, well, if they leave me, it's really gonna hurt me, you know, or like, maybe I should be attached, but not too attached because, you know, yeah, it will make me vulnerable at some point. And it's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that we do that. We shouldn't do that, you guys. We should not be doing that. We are limiting our experience. Like, why don't you love fully? Why don't you live fully? Like, do you really just want to live a half life? Or do you really want to be like, oh my God, I fucking lived this life. I felt all my feelings. I didn't turn away from nothing that was going on inside of me. I embraced it all. And I was so loving and so compassionate and so full of life because I let the love flow. Yes, that's how you want to live this life. See beauty and abundance in every stage of life. So, yeah, like don't let yourself fall into lack. So what if I don't have a male lover in my life? Like, who cares? There's so much other beauty and abundance going on at this stage. And once I realize this is just a stage for me, everything always has been just a stage, and I will get on more stages and different phases, and it's all gonna change and flow. But why not embrace and love and see the beauty and abundance in the one you're at now? So what if it ain't your preferred stage? It's where you're at. Embrace it. What do I need to embrace today? Where we're at, what we're feeling. And then Rose, the Empress, goes on a little bit farther than that and says, yet embrace it and then get into appreciation. Clear your eyes. See the beauty. See the abundance in every stage of life. Feel the gratitude. Nurture love and compassion. Open that heart. Be vulnerable yet strong. So yeah, let me just tell you about this card. A honey-colored work table is covered in wild roses. Fall leaves are arranged in a crown. The seeds of fat, juicy rose hips spill out next to the pink heart-shaped petals. Buds and flowers lie on a honeycomb. Red chilies form a triskele, pointing to a flaming heart. I probably didn't say that word right. Triskele. It's like three chili peppers making like a ninja star. Like if you could envision that shape. I see everything as weapons. A stone bead of the woman of Willendorf, a representation of the Great Mother, is strung onto a rosary. Where's that? Oh, is that at the end? Okay, I barely even noticed that. All right. Anyways, what I feel. What do I need to embrace today? What I feel. Listen to how in alignment this is. Healing the heart heals the world. Learn to be vulnerable yet strong, like the delicate petals of the rose protected by thorns. Roses uplift the spirit and inspire love. Embody sensuality in bold, vibrant ways. Let creativity and abundance flourish around you and within you. Wild roses are prolific, creating food, medicine, and shelter for all who encounter them. All parts of the rose contain medicine. Every stage of your life finds passionate expression. Create, make, love, play. It is a fertile, generative time. So healing the heart heals the world. That's what we were talking about yesterday with Yarrow. You know, it's like as we each do our own healing, we're adding to the collective. We cannot heal this world without first healing ourselves. So don't even try to kid or bullshit yourself. Everything inside of you needs to be resolved now. That's your work. That's your real work. So heal your heart, and then eventually we will heal the world. But we have to learn to be vulnerable and strong, yet strong. You know, we can be vulnerable and still have respectful thorns. Okay, I'm okay with that. You should see my leg hair right now. I am totally letting the hair grow everywhere right now. It's really good for me. Just to be like, I don't know, man, just a little bramble here and there, a little protective thorns. And I've really been drawn to roses. I have, anytime I can buy anything rose scented, I do it. I love it. And they have a lot to teach us, and they do an uplift, inspire love, and really let us get more sensual in all the vibrant ways that we can through every stage of life. So what I feel, what I need to embrace, the fact that I do want to feel so good in this body and in this mind and in this experience and in this stage and phase of my life. I do need to embrace that I am vulnerable and I am strong. I just I'm posting my old Ho episodes on my YouTube channel, and so I'm up to like episode 19, and it said I can't listen to them. I gave myself permission to just post them and not listen to them because I don't have time, and I don't really need to go back and listen to those initial ones again where I was so lost. But anyways, I'm still sharing them with my YouTube community. And episode 19 is beautiful and responsible. And so I'm curious as to what I was even talking about. Maybe sometime I will have to listen to it. But it was just funny because now we can be vulnerable and strong. Okay, it's kind of, you think they don't go together, but they can go together. It's like one of those sandwiches you make when you're stoned. You're like, I think what I want to do is make a sandwich with marshmallow fluff and cheddar potato chips. And they actually taste really good together. Right? So vulnerable and strength and vulnerability. You're like, I don't really know about that. And you're like, just try it. Dip the chip in the marshmallow fluff. You're going to be so happy once you realize that your strength is enhanced by your vulnerability. And your vulnerability takes you in to a strongness of self that it's like, oh my gosh, I didn't actually know this was possible. I'm so glad that I embraced my feelings. Well, good job, Herb Crafters Tarot. You nailed it. You nailed it with the Empress. Pretty cool. We'll see if the next one is what I think. We'll see if we get something that does with more mentalness. And I just have to laugh. I'm like, we're just gonna pull a quick card, and I talk about the first card for a half hour. I mean, time. Who needs it? Who wants it? Who cares? All right. So what I think is the next one. I mean, I definitely feel like Rose and all the heart talk is definitely what I feel and what I've been feeling, what I've been struggling with a little bit this year. It really was hard for me to admit to myself that I was hurt and vulnerable and able to be hurt, and that is definitely intense to process and feel and allow yourself to feel. But I did it. I finally did it. And I am the better for it. Oh my gosh, that's the only way to make things go away, is to feel them. They don't go away until you do that. And sometimes you gotta feel it in segments, and it's so really grieving so much this year. I had to really go at it in chunks. It's why it took so long. All right, for today's session, we're gonna feel this much, and then we'll break for a week. Hey, whatever you gotta do, however you want to do it, whatever's right for you is definitely the way to go. Now, this middle card, number 2, answering the question, what do I need to embrace today? What I think. So let's move up into our logical space here, in our mental space, our intellect. We have thoughts, right? my one daughter's been having the experience that like a thought will come in and it doesn't feel good. It's not even her thought, you know? And she's like, oh my God. She's like, I can't believe I thought, like, it's like the first time she's like really noticed maybe like, I just had this awful thought, and then she gets really emotional about it. So it's kind of like, it's something that you kind of have to practice, you know, understanding what's yours, what isn't yours. Maybe none of the thoughts are actually ours. So it's kind of like embracing them all, not getting attached to any of them. Kind of like, you know, how like in the tarot, I think it's the air and the, you know, the in here that's like, is there air? Anyways, thoughts are like air and clouds in a lot of ways. It's like you kind of just have to let them blow in or blow across the sky and then keep on going, you know? Like with our thoughts, you do the same thing sometimes. Like one comes in and you're like, what the hell, you know? But you don't attach to it, you let it go. You see this a lot in meditation, because like as soon as you start to sit down and be quiet and quiet your mind, it gets very loud, or like you'll be kind of peaceful, and then a thought comes in and it's just like, oh my goodness. But it's like you just embrace it by not attaching to it, and yeah, let it float out just the same as it floated in. All right, so what I need to embrace today, what I think. What are you thinking today that you can embrace? Right, your thoughts that come in, or a thought that you've been having. Okay, here we go. It is the 7 of Fire, Cinnamon, and it is reversed, so I'm definitely going to honor it being reversed. The 7 of Fire, Cinnamon. So before I do open this book, I just want to say that now both of our cards have rosaries. The Empress has the red heart rosary with the Venus or Willendorf or whatever. And now this has like a multicolored red and blue beaded rosary with a metal skull at the end of it. So 2 rosaries. And what I think, what do I need to embrace today? What I think, cinnamon, it's a 7. The 7s are all about visionary trees and initiation and deep journey. And 7 of Fire says, answer the call of the ancients. Seek vision from the ancestors. Take a stand for your whole authentic self. So what I think that I need to embrace today, I mean, I guess I get what it's saying to me, perhaps, you know, as a white northerner, as truly just a white girl from Western Pennsylvania who likes to sound Southern, but she's not. I don't know, maybe this is the way people talk around here. I often think about other people's ancestors, right? See, and I think about Native American stuff, but I think to myself, well, your grandma is not Native American. Your grandma's German. And I think to myself, oh, okay. So I kind of limit my connection to those energies, I think. I think that's why I got this reversed. And it's saying to embrace those thoughts. And whenever I do want to entertain Mayan ideas, when I want to entertain Celtic, oh, my ears are toning. Holy man. All right, Mayans. When I want to entertain Celtic ideas, like things that I can't biologically justify to my ego, I feel like maybe it's saying, go ahead and embrace those thoughts. right? Go ahead and embrace that guidance or that inspired idea that's coming in. So, if like something, I'm kind of like thinking about South America and some things going on with those goddesses down there, it's like, hey, go ahead and tap in to that vision, okay? What you're thinking, what you're seeing in your head, because sometimes, that's how energies talk to us. They kind of download a thought into our head, and it's like, please embrace that. Like, I don't have to like, dress up like a Native American, right? I don't have to be that girl that does that, but I can definitely still embrace the thoughts that come in when those guides want to help me, because they're all around me, and they're anything and everything is available to you. And it's like, if you do have a connection, a mental connection, intellectual connection, or however you want to do it, an openness to thinking about something, you should think about it. You should answer the call of the ancients, right? So anyways, very interesting. So embrace these thoughts. So I've been reading Lynn V. Andrews, her Medicine Woman series books. I've read Medicine Woman, The Teaching of the Shields, and then Jaguar Woman. I've read the first 3, and I've ordered the next 3 because I love them so much. Like I do. I love the story. I love the entertainment of it for me in the evening to read a story, and then she imparts so much wisdom through her experiences, and some of them are just like unbelievable, but it's like you believe them. And so much wisdom from these cultures that I don't have any genetic reason to identify with, but yet I do. So I think it's maybe like also something to think about that we could embrace is the fact that like we have most likely had many incarnations, or it's like once you start to understand what, are we really going here? You start to entertain the idea and understand what an oversoul is. It's been described, I think, by Bashar, probably easiest way to describe this is like, it's like 1,000-legged, 1,000-tentacled octopus. Okay, and so there's this octopus with 1,000 legs, tentacles, whatever, and each of those tentacles, is that what they're called? Legs, you got me. Is an incarnation, and right now you are one of them, one of the perspectives, and it goes up to the head, to the octopus body, head body, and that is the oversoul. So that is actually who you truly are, and all of those tentacles are existing and sending information back up to the head, just sort of like our fingers as we touch the desk in front of us send information to our brain, right? So it's like I am not just this one finger, like I am all of it. Although just the one finger can have a sense of perception at a time. So it's like once we realize that like it's all happening at the same time, because there is no such thing as time. Let's just keep it light today, Sade. So it's like all of your other oversoul's incarnations, you actually have access to that information. So one of your tentacles obviously is you and me. We're here right now. Okay, we're focused here. But now another tentacle could be a guy that's focused in the 1920s. Another tentacle could be a medicine woman in Native America. The other tentacle is a guru in India. Another tentacle is an Alaskan fisherman, right? So it's like all of these different tentacles are all adding to the same collective consciousness of the oversoul, which is what we are a part of. So when we get these ideas or thoughts or information that's like, oh my God, this is fucking absurd. Like, why am I thinking about this information? I don't live in Jerusalem. I really don't need to be belly dancing right now. Like, right? But it's like, oh my gosh, like I feel like I know this. You actually do. On your greater, higher self level, you have this information available because we are ultimately sharing experiences together. So when we think these thoughts that seem outrageous, it's important for us to embrace them with this wisdom, or at least this intellectual, hypothetical, embracing whatever, like, oh, okay, so I might actually be thinking about this, whatever it is. I don't know, like something really bizarre for you might come in. You're like, oh my God, like I feel like I've been a general in an army, and I feel like I have this experience of war. Like obviously the only place I've been warring is like maybe a Walmart. Like that's as warring as it gets, okay? Like I've never been to war. Like why do I feel like I've had this experience or trauma? Or like you may have had a beautiful childhood, but yet sometimes you feel like you were abused. That could be from another tentacle of your oversoul octopus. But yet you're opening up so much. The veil is thinning, the communication's getting clear, things are getting weird. And now you have these weirdo thoughts coming in, and it's like, I don't know why I think this, because this never happened to me. But yet you have the experience available to you. So answer the call of the ancients. So it's like, well, I was never an Aztec person. I wasn't Mexican. I didn't live in South America. Surely I wasn't in Atlantis, was I? Like you're having all these ancients coming in. Yeah, those are other aspects of the ultimate you. And so it's like you kind of have to embrace these wild thoughts, at least onto yourself, as something that you can use to your advantage. You don't have to go around telling your friends and family that, like you are an Aboriginal medicine man when you're like, when you're wearing your, glamorous high fashion blue jeans and stilettos. Like everyone knows you are not an Aboriginal medicine man in this life. But you're going to have this like connection now because you're able to receive that information. So when the ancients call to you, answer it and use it to your advantage. Use it to broaden your understanding and your perspective, and know what you need to know when you need to know it. When you start to understand that octopus with the 1,000 tentacles has pretty much been there and done that and has had every experience, you literally will start to understand how you can tap into infinite knowledge, infinite wisdom. You will know what you need to know when you need to know it, because it's like having the most fantastic internet research system within yourself, and you can just know something because there's something somewhere in your oversoul that has already done this and knows this and can help you with your now, your life, your perspective, this incarnation that you have now. You can be helped by the others. So anyways, okay, keep it simple today, Sade. Don't get too weird. Don't get too deep. Just do something easy, honey. Just a 3-card pool about what you need to embrace today. There you go. All right. So this card has the Curandurissimo is Curanderismo, which is the healing arts book. We've got a sunstone. We have the goddess Ixchel. I wish my higher self oversoul would help me say words better. They've crushed some cinnamon for some tea. They're boiling some water in the wood stove. There's the jar of cinnamon sticks. There's a sliced lime. There's a lot going on in this picture. Now, ancestral traditions remind us who we are. The té de canela is a remedy of Mexican grandmothers. Your personal power has roots in your own cultural heritage. So when you hear a call from the ancients, start with a study of your bloodlines. However, I have just told you of something far beyond your blood. Okay? So take this as you are ready for it. You know, like not everybody's interested or ready or prepared or feeling protected enough to think about the fact that like some of those tentacles, you've been what you would call an extraterrestrial. They're not just human incarnations. When I say you've been everywhere, you've been there and done that, that means everywhere. And people are like, oh, I don't know about that. Anyways, so just go with what you're called to. What I think about, whatever I want to think about today, I'm going to give myself permission to think about that. I'm going to embrace what I want to think about. If all I want to think about today is the mantis people, then for the love of all things holy and good and divinely mine, then I get to think about that. If today I want to think about medicine, women, and Native American culture, which I am really, really drawn to, then I need to give myself permission to embrace those thoughts and to learn from those thoughts coming in and to let those thoughts maybe inspire me to do something new in my life. So I will answer the call to the ancestors. I'm going to answer the call next month to the crows. I've been really called to crows lately. Okay. It's like, why? I don't know why, but I have to follow everything that I'm drawn to. And so there's this really cool crow tarot, and I hope that I can get both the book and the cards. I can definitely get the cards, but the book's like $35. I'm like, Jesus. But at least get the cards and hang out with crows and figure out how to get them to come into my yard. And maybe there's a perspective that they hold for me that I can tap into. Maybe I want to think about being a crow. Okay, like I have to embrace all of my so-called crazy thoughts. So if I want to think like a crow all week this week, then I need to embrace the fact that I want to think not just about crows, but I want to think like a crow. You know, it's like you need to embrace what you think about, especially when they're good thoughts and positive thoughts, and right, like thinking about crows is better than thinking about other things, you know what I mean, that don't serve me. Like there actually could be something in this that does serve me. But let's talk about our ancestors again. Devotion to divine beings will deepen your connection. Collect imagery and stories. Make altars and offerings. So I think that's good. I think that's the message for me. Allow myself to think these thoughts. Allow myself to read stories. I never really read fiction before, or stories, or anything like imaginative and creative that takes me into a place in my mind. Like I hardly ever allowed myself to get lost in a story. And so I think like that's been really good for me this year. Allowing myself to read more stories. It can be personal of other people's, or true or not true or whatever. But the whole point is to embrace what I want to think about. Yes, and then be assertive and bold in the expression of the true self. Or just be bold, Cinnamon says, and be like, yeah, like just, it's okay. Like don't deny yourself anymore, because it came in reversed. So why are you denying these thoughts? Oh, because you don't think you're worthy or legit or allowed. Like, right? Like you're not allowed to read a Native American story because you're not of that quote bloodline in this body. Bullshit, Cinnamon says. You need to embrace what you think today and every day. All right, final card. What I need. What I need. All right, so we've already kind of talked about some of our needs and what we maybe think that we need, that we're embarrassed that we need. But hey, you know what? Just embrace the fact that you think that you need it or feel that you need it, or that you'd like it, and then don't dwell on it. Just acknowledge it, embrace it, and I guess, right? Is that what it's saying? What do I need to embrace today? What I need. Yeah, just be honest. Like if you need a day of rest. If you just feel like you need to get the hell out of the house today, then do whatever it is that you need to do. Only you know what you need. So definitely a big message across the board, everywhere we turn, to be listening to your own inner self, your inner guidance, using yourself for your own feedback system. Like, does it feel good or not? What am I interested in? What am I pulled toward? What am I nudged with? Who's calling me? What do I want to do? What do I want to do? What do I need? So embrace what you need. Okay, fine. I'll embrace what I need. I need to clean the kitchen. It is true. I need to go clean the kitchen. Oh my God. Yeah. I do. What else do I need today? I know things I need to do. I need to cook up some food in the fridge that needs used up. But what do I need? What I need. All right, I'm ready to embrace it all, you guys. I'm ready to embrace it all. Asking the Herb Crafters Tarot what I need. What I need. Okay, maybe we need to sit with our eyes closed today, right? Listen to the silence, daydream. Maybe we need to listen to music. My Herb Crafters Tarot says, oh, and this is reversed too. Is the whole deck reversed? No, kind of. It's like half and half. Next week, I'll give it a tornado spin. Anyways, this is the Two of Earth, Witch Hazel. This is a winter scene with little birds, and I feel like the message is I need to embrace the weather. That is something I need to do every day. Talk about one of the biggest things we love to hate. Really, when we be hating the weather, we are doing a disservice to ourselves and the earth. So I need to embrace the weather. Maybe embrace the fact that winter is coming. What I need, embrace my inner witch. Embrace the Two of Earth. Okay, so let's see what I need. What I need, according to the Two of Earth, Witch Hazel. See, the twos are all like things that are beneficial to pollinating animals, food and shelter. I need food, I need shelter. I should have a big eating day today. I should eat today. I'm going to food today. Two of Earth says what you need. Full hands, rich life. Balance on the edges of depth and lightness. What do you need today? Find joy in each moment. Yeah, I feel the seasons changing. I feel like, how I got out fabric. I'm like, what do I want to sew? What do I need to sew? Like, is there anything I could make that people want? Like, no, I'm not making any masks. I haven't made one, and I don't intend on adding into that at all. So I'm like, even though I know people would buy them, right? Like, sew much has been sold under fearful premises. But that's not the way I want to make money, and that's not what I want to put my creative power into. So I won't do it. So I'm like, well, I can't really think of anything to make for other people, or that they would want to, like, like if I did a craft show or something, like, so I was like trying to think of that. And then finally I was like, you know what, how about just make yourself some like pretty towels to use in the kitchen, or like drying mats, or, things like that. Maybe some cloth napkins for the fall season. But anyways, so this what do I need? I need my hands to be full. I get it. I need 100 projects going on at once. That is what I need. And I know, like, not everybody needs that, but for me personally, I need to have 3 podcasts. I need to have a YouTube channel. I need to have something on the sticks. I need to be knitting. I need to be sewing. I need to be dancing. I need to be reading. I need to be maybe doing some more artistic stuff, but I'm just not sure what that means for me. Like, I like the idea of it, I guess, but I just don't know what I need to be doing or what I want to be doing. But I do know that the basic need for me is having full hands, which gives me a rich life, which when I crawl into bed, I'm satisfied with the day. I'm satisfied that I've done stuff and made stuff and created stuff. And yeah, there's like a deep satisfaction in doing for me. So I need full hands, absolutely, in a good way. Not overwhelmed or nothing like that, but like I love having lots of projects that I can pick and choose, and I never run out of something to do. All right, so I get that. I like that. I also feel like just the card itself with this winter scene is saying, like, I do need to embrace the fact that winter is coming, and that's what I'm tuning into, the changing of seasons. And I get real crafty in the fall, and I want to make stuff, and I want to knit sweaters even though I don't know how. Do you know what I mean? It's just like that type of feeling. And it's kind of like, yeah, winter's coming. Do not curse it. Do not resist it. Do not hate it. Do not resent it. Like, embrace it. Embrace the weather of every day. It's overcast today. It's like, embrace it. That's what I need to do. Balance on the edges of depth and lightness. That is me. Absolutely. I pulled this card before. I said, oh my God, that's what I do. Like, one hand we can be really deep and serious, and then next we'll be laughing like little fairies. That just works for me. That's definitely what I need. I fully embrace that. And I think the golden, and this is too, you guys, we had the golden tablecloth or whatever of the Rose Empress, the honey golden. Witch hazel too is golden. The reason I picked this this tarot spread today by Boho Tarot is because it had the golden sunflowers. So there's a lot of gold energy coming in, and the golden nugget of life is definitely finding joy in each moment. So enjoying each moment. My daughters and I played games for like 5 hours yesterday. We enjoyed our moments. The time flew by. We were having fun. So enjoy each moment. If you go outside and the wind's blowing in your face and it's kind of cold and brisk and enlivening to you, enjoy that moment. You don't have to stay out there. You don't have to live out there, right? But it's like, enjoy each moment. When I do the dishes this afternoon and see how gross I let the sink get, enjoy each moment. So yeah, there is a blanket of fresh snow covering the ground on a winter day. There's vibrant yellow flowers of the witch hazel tree, literally illuminating the scene. All the other plants in the background are pretty much brittle and leafless, but not this witch hazel. And if you look at the tree, there, of course, it looks like they're standing up right now. There are colored ribbons that are tied to the branch's tree, like these beautiful little ribbons that kind of you don't see. They're muted compared to the illuminated, brilliant flowers. But anyways, there's the little birds, the little blue tits. That should make us laugh because you might remember the last time that we pulled this card. They are emerging from a woven birdhouse for a midday snack. So yeah, this little family of birdies, they're living their life. It's full, it's joyous, it's rich, it's abundant. A busy life is an abundant life. Your many skills are called to task at once. So yeah, but it came in reverse. So it's like, hey, find your own pace. Like we were saying right off the get-go, do you need to rest? Do you need to be busy? Do you need to be productive? Do you need to just have a daydreamy kind of day? Do you need to exercise? Do you need to shower? Like whatever it is you need to do that. Be as busy as it serves you. No more, no less. And just gauge each day to where you're at and what you need and embrace it. Embrace it. So anyways, what else do we want to say to answer the question, what do I need to embrace today? What I need. So Witch Hazel says, when the world shifts around you, find solid ground in the present moment. So that's what I need to do. Stay in the present now moment. Of course, that's always the answer. that's the perfect thing to say. But yeah, absolutely. What do I need to embrace? This now moment. The present moment is what I need to do. And that's it. And cultivate joy. Embrace the present moment and cultivate joy. So in the grand scheme of things, it really does not matter what I am thinking, what I am feeling, what I'm doing, as long as I am in that present moment fully aware, fully there, fully present, embracing it, being present, and making my number one intention to cultivate joy. Enjoying, in joy, get the joy in me, enjoying the present moment, enjoying my feelings, enjoying my thoughts, enjoying what I do. But yeah, it's like, what do I want to do? Well, you can do whatever you want to do, just enjoy it. And even if that's doing nothing, just get that joy pumping through you. Even if it's not the best moment, embrace it anyways. Not the best feelings, not the best. Embrace it anyways. Be where you be. Be where you're at fully, so that then in the next now moment, you can be in that moment fully. And then the next, and then the next, and then the next. Embracing all the different stages, all the different aspects, perspectives, all the different nows. All the many, many, many different nows. Embrace them all. So what do we need to do today? Embrace today. Embrace our feelings. Embrace our thoughts. Embrace our inspirations. Embrace our needs. And absolutely embrace ourselves. All of them.